The 30th Annual Symposium on Sea Turtle Biology and Conservation ended on Thursday with a strong call for increasing scientific monitoring and protection of marine turtle habitats from developmental threat.
Addressing media people at Panjim on Thursday, the president of the International Sea Turtle Society emphasized the need to involve local fishing communities in conservation and development decisions and said restrictions on industries and mechanized fishing have the potential of protecting the ecosystem.
Excellent flagships for conservation of marine and coastal habitats. So we wanted to emphasize this natural world that sea turtles live in and bring attention to those habitats and emphasize that those habitats and ecosystems need conservation attention. The second aspect of the world is that they live in a world of human communities. They interact with many fishing and resource-dependent communities along the coasts, and we wanted to emphasize that many of these communities have also been threatened by activities such as development and commercial activities such as commercial fishing operations, and it is important that both these communities as well as marine resources such as turtles are protected and adequately attended to. So we wanted to bring attention to the fact that marine turtle conservation and marine conservation should take place, but at the same time the welfare of fishing communities and local communities must be taken into account, and their livelihoods must be taken into account.
A member of the Wildlife Institute of India, V.C. Chaudhary, said that India was important in conservation effort, as half of the olive ridley population was found in the Indian waters between the Bay of Bengal and the Arabian Sea.
In this region, the largest population of the leatherback turtles in the Nicobar Islands, but we don't know much about the leatherback turtles after tsunami. So I think it is very timely that the ISTS has organized this symposium here, and we have lots of case studies, lot of research findings, lot of conservation management approaches, and lot of conflict resolution approaches. I emphasize the conflict resolution approaches because marine turtles are in the common property resource areas, and therefore they are in conflict constantly with marine fisheries, with conservation and development programs, and I think we have a lot to learn in the symposium and the kind of conflicts that can be possibly an answer can be found to that.
Mr. Chaudhary further said that 90% of the turtle population was living in unprotected areas. There was no protected area on the 8,000 kilometers of the country's coast where the turtles lay their eggs, except the Ghari Mata Marine Sanctuary and Pitarkanika Sanctuary, he added.
Rest of the areas where the nests are unprotected. And a classic example is Goa, your beaches where the marine turtles nest are not protected landscape. So marine turtles suffer from the problem of laying their eggs in unprotected landscape, the sea beaches. And when you go into the sea, where they probably spend almost 99% of their lifespan, they are in a completely unprotected scenario. And as far as marine protected areas are concerned in this country, we don't even have 1% of our marine environment under any kind of protected scenario.
Dr. Karthik Shankar said that turtles play an important role in balancing the ecosystem, especially the green turtle, which played a very significant role in altering the seagrass ecosystem.
Other species of sea turtles have different kinds of foraging. Some of them are omnivorous, some of them are, like the leatherback, are consume jellyfish. And so each of these species plays a somewhat different role in ecosystem function. I think one of the things that we would like to emphasize is that the point that we're not trying to make the point that sea turtles are somehow more important than any other marine species or any other form of marine biodiversity. Sea turtles, because of their amazing life histories, because of their migration patterns, because of the habitats that they use, are very good global flagships. Jack Frazier calls them global ambassadors of conservation.
The symposium was organized by the International Sea Turtle Society in partnership with the Government of India's Ministry of Environment and Forest, Centre for Ecological Science of the Indian Institute of Science, National Centre for Biological Sciences of India, Madras Crocodile Bank Trust, Foundation for Ecological Research, Advocacy and Learning of India, and Dakshin Foundation. The event brought together more than 700 individuals from more than 70 countries.